Everyday English Podcast.
By English Talking Today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Talking Today. I'm Jane, and I'm here with my co-host, David. How are you doing today, David?
I'm doing really well, Jane. Thanks for asking. And hey, to all of you listening right now, welcome. We are so glad you're here with us today.
Yes, we really are. And if this is your first time listening to English Talking Today, wow, you picked a great episode to start with. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the conversation in the comments below. We genuinely love hearing your thoughts. We read them, we talk about them. It's like a little community, right, David?
Exactly. It really is. So, okay, let's not waste any time because we have a massive episode for you today. We are talking about social media and mental health. And I know, you might be thinking, oh, I've heard about this before. But trust me.
Trust him, seriously.
We are going to go deep today. We're going to talk about why social media is so addictive, how it affects the way we think and feel, and what it might be doing to our mental health without us even realizing it.
Yes, and one more thing before we start. If you are learning English at the A1 to B1 level, this podcast is made for you. We use simple, clear English. We explain difficult words when we use them, so don't worry if you miss something. Just keep listening and it will all make sense. Okay, ready, David?
Ready, let's go.
All right. So, David, honestly, let me ask you something personal to start.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. Have you ever picked up your phone just to check one small thing, and then suddenly, 30 minutes have passed?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Like last week, I picked up my phone because I wanted to check the weather, right? Simple, just the weather. And then, I don't know how it happened, but suddenly I'm watching a video about a man in Japan who collects old clocks.
What?
I know. And then after that video, there's another one about a woman in South Korea who organizes her entire kitchen every single weekend. And I'm just watching it like, why am I watching this? But I cannot stop.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. And you know what? There's actually a real scientific reason for this. It's not just that we have no willpower. It is actually how these apps are designed.
Right. And that word, willpower, let's talk about that for a second. Willpower means your ability to control yourself, your ability to say, no, I will not do that. So when we say it's not about willpower, we mean it's not your fault that you can't stop scrolling. The apps are built to keep you there.
Exactly. And the reason is something called dopamine. Now, dopamine, let me spell that for you. D-O-P-A-M-I-N-E. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain. It's the chemical that makes you feel happy, excited, or pleased. It's released, and released means it comes out into your brain when something good happens.
Like when you eat something delicious.
Yes, or when you hear a funny joke, or when someone gives you a compliment. Your brain goes, oh, that's nice, and it releases dopamine, and you feel good.
And social media apps, they give you that same feeling. Every time you get a like on your photo, or someone comments on your post, or you get a new notification, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine, and it says, ooh, that felt good. Let's do that again.
And again.
And again.
And again. And that is why it becomes an addiction. Now, addiction, this is a very important word. Addiction means a strong habit that is very hard to stop, even when you know it might not be good for you. People can have addictions to cigarettes or sugar or even exercise. And yes, social media too.
And the scary part, scary means frightening, makes you feel afraid. The scary part is that the people who build these apps, they know about dopamine. They designed the app specifically to give your brain those little rewards so that you keep coming back.
It's like a game. Have you ever played a mobile game, David?
Oh, all the time when I was younger.
So you know how in those games there are little rewards, little coins, little sounds, little pop-ups that make you feel like you're winning?
Yeah, exactly.
Social media does the same thing. Every notification, every like, every comment, it's like a tiny little reward, and your brain learns to want more of those rewards, so you keep scrolling.
That is such a good way to explain it. Okay, so now let's talk about another big idea, instant gratification. Jane, can you break that down for us?
Yes, absolutely. So instant means right now, immediately, without waiting, and gratification means the feeling of pleasure or satisfaction. So instant gratification means you want to feel good right now, immediately, without waiting.
And social media is full of instant gratification, right? You post a photo, within seconds, someone likes it. You feel good immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't have to work hard. It just happens.
And the problem is, and this is interesting, when your brain gets used to instant gratification, other things in life start to feel boring. Things that take time, things that require patience.
Patience, great word. Patience means the ability to wait calmly without getting upset or frustrated.
Yes, so for example, reading a book. A book takes time. You have to read for maybe 1 hour before the story gets really interesting. But if your brain is used to getting rewarded every 5 seconds on social media, waiting for a whole hour feels almost impossible.
I feel very called out right now.
Me too, honestly. I have started so many books this year.
How many have you finished?
Let's move on. Okay, so attention span, this is another key phrase. Attention span means how long you can focus on one thing without getting distracted. And distracted means when something pulls your mind away from what you are doing.
And think about how videos on social media have changed over the years. When YouTube first started, videos were long, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then Instagram came and videos got shorter. And then, platforms like those short video apps appeared and suddenly videos are 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
And they just keep playing, one after another, and your brain gets trained. Trained means it learns through repetition. Your brain gets trained to expect something new every few seconds.
So when you try to sit down and watch a long documentary or study for an exam or have a long conversation, your brain starts to feel restless. Restless means you feel uncomfortable. You want to move. You want something new.
Yes, like your brain is saying, okay, but what's next? What's next? Where's the new thing?
And that can really hurt your ability to learn, because learning takes time and focus. You can't learn a new language, for example, in 10-second clips.
Although we are trying our best here at English Talking Today.
We are doing our best. Okay, David, let's talk about something that I think is really common, especially among younger people, the comparison trap.
Ooh, yes. Okay, so comparison, this word comes from compare, which means to look at two things and see the differences. The comparison trap means the habit of comparing your life to other people's lives, usually on social media. And trap, like a mouse trap means a situation that is hard to escape from, that causes you problems.
So here's what happens. You open Instagram and you see someone from India, maybe in Mumbai, posting a beautiful photo from a rooftop restaurant. The food looks amazing, the sunset is perfect, they look perfectly happy.
And you're sitting on your sofa in your pajamas eating leftover rice.
Exactly. And suddenly your life feels less exciting, less beautiful, less successful, even though 5 minutes ago you were perfectly happy.
And the important thing to understand is that what you see on social media is not the full story. It is a highlight reel. Do you know what a highlight reel is?
Great phrase, yes. In sports, a highlight reel is a short video that shows only the best moments, the amazing goals, the incredible plays. It doesn't show the boring parts, the mistakes, the training.
And people's social media profiles are like highlight reels of their lives. They post the best vacation photo, not the photo where they missed their flight. They post the birthday party, not the argument they had that morning.
So we're comparing our everyday, real, full life with all its boring parts and difficult parts to someone else's most perfect, most beautiful, most exciting moments.
And that's not fair to ourselves.
It's not. And over time, this can really affect our self-worth. Self-worth, this is an important phrase. Self-worth means how much value you believe you have as a person. It means how you feel about yourself deep inside.
And when we spend a lot of time comparing ourselves to others online, our self-worth can go down. We start to feel like we're not good enough, not successful enough, not attractive enough.
Which is so sad because most of the time, those people we're comparing ourselves to, they feel the same way. They look at other people's profiles and think the same things.
It is a trap. That is why we call it the comparison trap.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about relationships for a moment. David, have you ever been at dinner with friends and everyone is on their phone?
Yes, more times than I can count. And I've definitely been the person on the phone too. I'm not going to pretend I haven't.
Honestly, same. It's so common. We're physically with people, but mentally means in our minds, in our thoughts, mentally we're somewhere else. We're scrolling, we're reading, we're watching videos.
And research, which means careful studies done by scientists, research shows that spending too much time on our phones when we are with people can make us feel isolated. Isolated, another key word. Isolated means feeling alone, separated from others, even when people are around you.
So the strange thing about social media is that you might have 500 friends online. You might be connected to hundreds of people, but you can still feel very, very lonely.
Because real human connection means a feeling of closeness and understanding between people. Real human connection happens when you look someone in the eye, when you laugh together, when you share a meal without looking at your phone.
Face-to-face interaction. This is the phrase we use for that. Face-to-face means directly in front of each other, in the same place at the same time. And face-to-face interaction means talking and being with people in person, not online.
And it seems like such a simple thing, but it is so important for our mental health. Mental health. Mental means related to the mind, the brain, our thoughts and feelings. And health means being well. So mental health means the health of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
And spending too many hours on social media, especially comparing ourselves to others, feeling lonely, getting addicted to those quick rewards, has been connected to anxiety and depression.
Anxiety. This is a word that is important to know. Anxiety means a feeling of worry, nervousness, or fear that doesn't go away easily. It can make you feel tense, make your heart beat fast, make it hard to sleep.
And depression is a feeling of deep sadness that stays for a long time. It can make you feel like nothing matters, like you have no energy, like you don't want to do the things you used to love.
And of course, social media is not the only cause of anxiety or depression, but there is real evidence. Evidence means proof, facts that show something is true. There is real evidence that heavy social media use can make these feelings worse.
Especially when we look for validation online. Validation, V-A-L-I-D-A-T-I-O-N. Validation means approval, the feeling that other people think you are good or worthy. When we need lots of likes and comments to feel good about ourselves, we are looking for validation.
And the problem with finding your validation online is that it can disappear so quickly. One day you post something and lots of people like it.
You feel amazing. The next day, fewer people respond, and suddenly you feel terrible.
Your mood is controlled by numbers on a screen, and that is a very unstable place to build your self-worth.
Unstable. Great word, Jane. Unstable means not steady, not secure, likely to change or fall. We want our self-worth to be stable, strong, and steady, not dependent on external things like likes and comments.
Absolutely. Okay, David, I think we should start to wrap up, but let me ask you, after everything we've talked about today, what is your main takeaway?
My main takeaway, honestly, is that social media is designed to keep us hooked. It's not an accident. It uses our brain's own chemistry, dopamine, to make us want more. And that can affect our attention, our relationships, our self-worth, and our mental health in ways we might not even notice.
And mine is this, being mindful. That word mindful means being aware, paying attention to what you are doing and how you are feeling. Being mindful of how we use social media can make a huge difference. Even small things like putting your phone away during meals or taking a break from scrolling for 1 hour a day can really help.
Social media isn't all bad, of course. It helps people stay connected. It can be a place to learn, to share ideas, to find community. But knowing how it works, knowing the traps, the comparison trap, the dopamine cycle, the isolation, knowing these things puts you in control.
And that is the most important thing. Don't let social media control you. You be in control.
Well said, Jane. Well said.
Okay, everyone, that is our episode for today. Thank you so much for spending your time with us here at English Talking Today. You are the reason we do this.
Genuinely, thank you. And hey, if you learned something new today, if you picked up a new word, or if any of this made you think differently about how you use your phone, please tell us in the comments. We love reading what you think.
We really do. And if you know someone who is learning English or someone who could use a reminder to take a break from their phone, please share this episode with them. It means the world to us.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come back for our next episode. We've got another great topic coming your way very soon.
You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep practicing your English every single day, even for just a few minutes. Little by little, you will get there.
We believe in you.
We really do. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.